Welcome to another video on my Raspberry Pi 1 Model B Plus running Raspbian Linux and programmed for this project in C, standard C, NCC, and it is stacked with a RaspberryPi Plus, which is connected to this serial cable, which runs through one of these cables to a laptop via serial to USB converter for a Minicom serial terminal. Also this network cable for VNC, virtual network computing, for which I can also use a tablet for alternative operation, and a Raspberry Pi camera, RaspberryCam, that has a video stream right now, unfortunately with a few seconds delay, and it is using VLC. Last but not least, band cable, which is connected to this breadboard with electronics and some fischertechnik. And here you see the one end of the serial to USB conversion, although if you watch closely, it is not the same cable. So this is from different project. The other project, the other cable runs through and has the converter somewhere more there. Anyway, it just works. And in this case, for this project, which is programmed in standard C, I use the MCP 23008, which is I2C extension, and it controls these series of LEDs, including this one. This is the 8th LED. Had to do that because this project for SPI, serial peripheral interface, also programmed in C, well, it was set up a bit wider. Anyway, let me show how this works. And to my surprise, not everything works. Yeah, now it works. It is counting down, or it should be anyway. Yeah, this way it is much clearer, although the lights are not optimal, unfortunately. It's counting down and using this switch. It's counting up, but it will only engage when the counting down has completed. And with that, that's just one demonstration, and in the next part I will show you how other things are started. So let's go see there. So right now, this is the way how everything is being dealt with. Compiler. This is the other video stream. Not really video, but just a camera stream. So this is the video stream of the Raspberry Pi cam, which has some seconds delay, up to 4 seconds, and I have to keep in mind that it uses the RTSP protocol. Without it, it won't connect. You get just a blank screen. So, not quite sure yet. Well, not quite sure why, what the RTSP stands for, but I would think remote transmission secure protocol or something. Anyway, then this is of course the Minicom terminal. This is the output for the code, and here I have the source code. Oscilloscope with on top clock for the I2C and data line for the I2C, and these lines are plus and minus showing, or 1 and 0 actually, for 2 data lines to these resistors. And I'm now realizing that I actually should also show the schematics, but I will do so later. One thing that I already mentioned is the VNC server. And using a tablet, that is then this tablet, and I have to make sure that the lighting isn't interrupting. So this tablet I can connect to, this is by the way Android, and I have to make sure that this is working, but right now I can't yet because there's no second server running. So I have to go in here, repeat this command, which is now taking care of this VNC. So I have to make here the second server, but I better change the resolution as well. Now this is this one is much wider than the tablet, of course. So let's make this just half, which makes it 960. So let's see how this ends up. Right, and they say it is for VNC protocol. You use the 5900 port. So I realized that I should have this one much larger. So with this I can now press connect, or I should be able to. Now I can connect, and then it fails for some reason. That is not in agreement, and I guess I know why. And doing things on the spot, things may fail. So when you look at this screen, I have to redo, for example, a password. And then I get this screen, which is smaller than the ultimate width of the tablet, because this area is completely black and this area here at the side is completely black. So I made it a screen that is too small actually. So by experimenting with this, I can make it a valuable asset. But for now, all I can do is, for example, start the terminal, and then I have to make sure that the cursor is at its place. And now you can see I started the terminal. And I can type as well. But this way I can control things. Unfortunately though, one of the things that I have to take care or to keep in mind when using a tablet is that my iPad, which I showed last time I think, is I don't know how the proper term in English is, but it is demirrored, so it doesn't act like a mirror if you look in it, while my Android tablet acts like a mirror, and that may be very inconvenient. Anyway, this is working. Now next thing to do is testing it again and see how it responds in this case when pressing a button. Alright, now I'm going to try to optimize the second VNC server using the terminal, and with the command ps-ef space -ef I find the second server, which is running on process 2808, which I'm going to kill. So I already disconnected my tablet from the VNC server, and now what I have to do is making sure it's optimal. So I'm going to take a little gamble and make it 800 versus 1000. Although I'm not quite sure if that will really truly work, but if you don't try, you won't know. So here goes, and without altering the settings on the tablet, I can just reconnect. With a difference on the tablet. Alright, away with the lamp for now. So now I have the full, almost a full screen, actually a little bit more than that, but I have still a black part here on the left side. So 1000 was not enough. In the meantime, also let me press a button. And then see if this is responding. I let it go because I did press it. And if you watch closely, you can see here the various LEDs still counting down. So the question is now, let me do it like this. If it goes down to 0 in a while, will it actually show that the button is pressed or has been pressed? and it has to go this LED will go all the way from here to here to here, etc. down, and that will take some time. So now this one, so we can actually watch. And now this one is showing again. And yes, that can take a while, as you can see, because now this one is burning. And it might even be that it completely ignored the switch. So then it will start all over again with this one. But we'll soon notice, I think. And now this one burns again. So I do think it ignored the switch. Although I haven't seen this one burn. Alright, so let's press and keep it pressed. And whenever this LED starts burning, I know it has responded. But so far, no luck. Yeah, now it does. So I think I have to keep pressing the button until it responds, and then it goes counting upwards. And until it has completed its count up, then this LED, yeah, let me show it upwards. Okay, then this LED will stop burning, is my idea. In the meantime though, I will try to optimize the tablet. So now I have to kill process 2904. And get the second one, because this one was okay, but this one was not okay. Let me make this 1200 and see how that corresponds. and then just showing that this is almost optimal, because now I have just a very little band left. So 1200 could just as well be 1280. So while the binary counter is going on, I have to kill process 2986. And make this, for example, 80. Connect again. And I have a very nice full screen desktop or tablet, with only one minor thing, is that I have to scroll to see the whole thing. That means that 800 is a little bit too high. Because, and I can tell, because here I see the left side, and here I see say the right side. So it's the height that has to be adjusted a little. So it's something like 780 or so. But this way I know for the future how to deal with it. And by now I have noticed that this LED is off. That means that it has completed the counting up, and because the algorithm says if no button pressed, count down, it has started to count down. So that is a very nice way to do this. And now for a very small optimization of the tablet, and then we'll see what to do. Alright, one focus shift to the stream. The full stream is RTSP and then IP address internal of the Raspberry Pi, including the port number of the stream itself inside VLC Media Player. Now Android does have VLC as well. There's an app available which I did install, but unfortunately, while it can play perfectly on this laptop, my Android tablet says it can't play it. It doesn't say it isn't there, it says it can't play it. So apparently there is some difference between VLC on the computer and on the tablet. Apart from that, this is my current running of the tablet with a terminal where I have the source code of the demo program. And it goes without saying that I cannot run both programs at the same time. But this shows how nicely it works on the tablet. And also here at the bottom I have now, without scrolling, the whole display on screen. So that works very nicely, and as you can see I have to be careful that I don't mirror my lighting source. So it can, although it can be clearer, this works only this way. And on the iPad probably with the same resolution, but yeah, I can test that. but I have to use a third server because I don't want to interrupt this one. And that is the VNC viewer. Adding one. Oh, I have to add here first another VNC server, which will then be number 3. Same resolution. Starting. Filling in the address, including the port, which will be then 5903. Giving the password. And here you have the full screen, indeed with exactly the same resolution. However, now when I move over the light, okay, you can see the light as well, but much less in mirroring. But this is on the iPad. And now the question can be asked, can this do VLC? But let's just try this. Choose network stream. And I will try to do this quickly. Oh, not forgetting the protocol RTSP, then the IP address with the port number, and in here is the VLC on the iPad, and it says open. This is the address that I use for the VLC on the laptop as well, and it doesn't work. Not the same way. So that is most unfortunate. And reopening the VNC connection gives a little bit of a delay. Anyway, I haven't done what I thought I would do, changing the algorithm, but I've been too busy with trying VNC on the tablets, and honestly, I don't know how I would break any of these parts when I press or not press the button. What I could do, by the way, is invoking another button. Let's say this is 12, so let's say maybe 13 or another number, and have that go, because now not pressing is default. And if you make a connection, make sure you take the correct one. So now I have two VNCs running, which is nice. And this one is running nicely. And I've experienced difference in the last couple of videos. This is working nicely as well. So I guess that's it for now. Right, so now thanks for watching. It's gone a bit over time now. So with the Raspberry Pi with streaming VNC, streaming video actually of what you can see here, and it's still running. And here you can see both tablets, the Android and the iPad. So both work on the same resolution. Using the tablet, using both keypads is a bit cumbersome, but it can be done. This is the keypad, and why that happened I am not quite sure of. But anyway, you can use the keyboard here, which is very clearly an Apple one, if you invoke it. So on this one, but this one has a more natural one. It works, but using the computer is much easier on using the keyboard and mouse. So with that, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion, and you can also follow me via Twitter and Instagram. And by the way, this is then my computer screen with everything on it. You can please support me, support the blog by making a small donation using either PayPal or Wired. More information on my website. You can also choose to become a patron and have your name mentioned. All information is under this video. This is to be continued. Yeah, thanks for watching.